Dating advice: how to speak to a beautiful woman. This is something that I did in the United States. It works perfect. Might be different overseas, I don't know. In the US, sorry, my light is so weird. I met beautiful women sometimes, and I ended up becoming friends with many of them. And the reason why is because I analyzed the situation. Number one, men are afraid to talk to beautiful women. And the reason why is because women are so rude to us that you know that they're just going to be rude to us. So you don't want it to happen in front of all your friends at a party or something like that. So we just don't waste our time. So the beautiful women never get asked out. And maybe it was because of their behavior when they were younger. I don't know. So, as an example, there were times I'd be at a party, I'd go, "Hi, what's your name?" And they'd say, "Go fuck yourself." Or they'd say, "You just want to have sex," is what they often would say. Or they say something else that I'm not going to say, but it's a word that isn't talk. It sounds like podiatry, let's just say. But they would say stuff like that. So they would just say anything to insult you to get rid of you. So I learned a trick to speaking to beautiful women. Some beautiful women don't have friends with other women. The other women don't want to be friends with them. So they're often sitting by themselves. They want to meet a guy, so they're going to be smiling probably. What I do, my trick, is I walk up to them. I say, "Hi, what's your name?" Or you always want to say your name first because you want to do what you ask them to do. You want to go first because it's just polite to do that. So you go, "Hi, my name's Dave. What's your name?" And they say, "Oh, my name is Mary." "Oh, you know what, Mary? It's nice to meet you. I hope you have a nice time at the party tonight. I'll see you later." And then you walk away. And this is what happens. When they leave, they would come up to me and say, "Oh, goodbye, Dave." And then they would leave. And when I would see them again, some of them would come up and they just immediately start talking to me. And some of them were just so beautiful. Like you're thinking, wow, this girl's so beautiful. And usually they were also the ones that were very nice, like that didn't say weird stuff, because there's a lot of weird people out there. And I know women pretend that only men are weirdos. Absolutely not true. I met so many whack job women in the US. I would go out and meet 50 women in one night. And I made an effort to say hello to them because you can tell who's going to be nice and who isn't. So I would end up saying hello to a lot of them. Maybe not 50, but maybe I'd say hello to 20 or 30 in one night. And this trick, I did it many times. And the other thing that I would do is I would go up to them and I would say, "I know everybody here. If you want me to introduce you to some people, just let me know and I'll introduce you to them." Or the other thing I would do is I know which guys get all the women. They're afraid to go talk to a beautiful woman because they don't want to screw it up. They want to make sure they get it right. I would say to one of the guys, "Hey, let's go. I'm going to go introduce you to this chick." And I would go up to them and say, "Hey, this is my friend Ray," because Ray met tons of women. And then they would talk, and then I would go find something else to do. But what would happen, like I said, you want to be polite. You don't want to say anything stupid. You don't want to put them under any obligation or responsibility. And this obviously works because you know you're going to see her again at the next party. Met a lot of women like that. Unfortunately, even though I didn't date, I don't know if I dated any of them. Outside the US, I dated tons of beautiful women. Trust me. There was a woman, I call her the perfect 10. When I dated her, I was like, I am never going to have a woman more beautiful than this woman right here. She was an 11 is what she was. So I wonder if I have pictures of her. She was amazing. So, in the US, they would become my friends. And you know what? Having friends is just as good as dating somebody, because I mean there's no romance, but you're still talking about things that you have in common, and eventually you're going to meet a woman that you're going to kiss or hold hands with, and not have anything in common with. You're going to try, but it takes time to work it all out. But that is the trick. Be polite. Always say hello. Say your name. Whatever you oblige them to do, you go first. Say your name. Ask them their name. Nobody asked them their name the whole night. Nobody said hello to them. No one was polite to them. Do not stare at them. American women don't like being stared at. If you stare at them, you smile, and I smile and go, like that. I don't know. I don't know what it looked like. I would smile and go, whatever. But that's the way I smile at everybody. It wasn't special for women. So, the other thing that I would do is, because I met tons of women, I would go to parties where there were 200 people. You meet a lot of women at those parties, and I knew most of them. So the women always do it wrong. Women don't know how to approach a guy. It's as simple as that. It's like, hello, how are you? My name is so-and-so, what's your name? Not difficult. And the other thing that would happen, there were beautiful women. The men would surround them and put them in a corner. And I never did that. I'm not that type of person. Why would you want to be sitting with like 6 guys going like this, staring at a woman? And I remember there was one, her name was, I don't remember her name. She was the one who said, she asked the kid how old you are, and the kid said, free. That was a funny story. She was a really cute girl. And I saw that she was surrounded by these guys. And I went up to her, said, hey, we saved you a slice of pizza. And she came over and sat with me and had a slice of pizza. And the other women at the table, they were all sad because the men wouldn't talk to them. I was sitting there talking to them. One of them was Linda, who I hooked her up with my college roommate. He, of course, no, I don't think he ever, well, she must have eventually told him. He never thanked me, that's for sure. He found love because of what I did. But the girls really didn't, when they're sitting there not smiling. I'm smiling, trying to make them smile, trying to make them happy. They don't care. When I brought the girl over with a slice of pizza, I had some pity on her. The guys were coming over, leaning into my face to try to like give her a kiss. And I was like, you ignored that woman all night and you're giving her a kiss. She should be slapping you in the face. Well, then again, she ignored you too. But that was actually at Coyote Ugly. I don't remember that girl's name. We went ice skating together and we went to Coyote Ugly. I saw her at some parties. And her friends that were guys were nice guys. So that's how I knew that she's a nice girl. So that's a trick. You just be polite. Don't say anything dumb. Don't stare at them. And you're not going to hit any home runs. But at least you're on their good side. Okay, so that's my time. And I'll chat with you later.